Good afternoon. My name is Veronica Baker, and this is my presentation on Module 5, Race, Class, Access, Gender, and Equity. I chose 3 articles. The first article is from the Chesterfield Observer newspaper, How One School Outscores Poverty. Teachers, students embrace the Bensley Way. Bensley Elementary School is in Richmond, Virginia. Students in this community are economically challenged. Stats show 90% of the 649 students qualify for free or reduced lunch. Their environment. The students, most of them come from a single parent home. Others live with their grandparents or some other family member. 4 out of 10 live in households where English is the second language. What's the key? Administrators and staff refuse to see the school's demographics as a barrier. The staff understands what the students are dealing with and where they come from. Their strategy: teachers are driven to change people's minds about their students. This resulted in a relentless, analytical approach to learning, which is now called the Bensley Way. High standards, which everyone, parents, students, and faculty, must buy into. Their results: the school has received a National School Change Award. They've been named a National Title I Distinguished School. In 2012-2013, Bensley students outperformed both county and state averages in all 5 SOL content areas: English, math, writing, social studies, and science. This community wants the same thing as others want in other districts, in other states, in education for their children. This is what the parents want. This is what the faculty wants. This is what the students deserve. And the article also went on to talk about how there was a workshop held by the principal and her staff at this elementary school, and every county in the area except for 2 schools sent a representative to the workshop so that they could find out what is the key to the Bensley Way. I think that's pretty awesome. The next article that I chose: children on free school meals are being failed in Northumberland. Teams of Ofsted inspectors find out why the attainment of children eligible for free school meals, or FSM, is well below other children. In 2012, 61% of students on FSM achieved level 4 in English and math, compared to 82% non-FSM students. FSM students made the least amount of progress of all local authorities in the Northeast. A concern: the regional director stated, primary schools are doing well. However, I'm very concerned that children on free meals in the county are not getting the education they deserve. There is an attainment gap that is unacceptable. Their goal: investigate why the pupil premium is not being effectively used to help disadvantaged children and examine the underperformance of secondary schools. They want to look into the support these schools are receiving. Why is there a difference? Mr. Hudson said, children only get one chance to get an education. They deserve the best, no matter where they come from. The third article that I chose, entitled Principals Tough Love, High Expectations, Get Kids into College at Capital Prep Magnet School. Dr. Steve Perry's demanding approach for a school of 6th through 12th grade students has made a difference. 300 students attend Capital Prep, which has a near 0% dropout rate. Capital is in a city which is in one of the lowest performing districts in Connecticut. A little bit about their background. Connecticut is a state with one of the largest achievement gaps between Black and white students in the nation. Black students in Connecticut on average are 3 grade levels behind their white peers. A strategy that Dr. Perry has come up with, which has proven to be very successful. First of all, he has a year-round school. It happens to be 80% Black and Latino. Perry's goal, as he stated in the article, was not necessarily that he just wanted to focus on Blacks and Hispanics, even though that has been proven to have a greater need. But he wants to show that success can be any color and wants all of his students to be successful. He holds the students and the staff to very high expectations. Again, relating to the expectations, tying all of that into the first two articles as well, and in addition to the leadership book that we had to read, and refocusing on those particular last two chapters in the book. So again, high expectations, having a work ethic, being on the same team, having a standard. All those are the common theme throughout the book as well as the articles that I chose. He demands that everyone on his team have the same goals in order for his philosophy to be effective. In continuation, the parents and students have stated, not Dr. Perry, not Dr. Perry's faculty, but the parents and the students, to summarize what they all said. Everyone in the school looks like you. They are as bright as you are. They are striving for the A's and B's just like you are. So everywhere you turn, you see success. Parents in Capital Prep feel children need to see what success looks like, and that is imperative because Black children need role models who look like them. The results for Capital Prep. They, on an average, receive 2,000 applications from 22 surrounding suburban communities, and they only have 30 openings. Their approach, focus on discipline, structure, with a deep and abiding love that refuses to allow any child to give any less than their very best. Perry believes correction is the highest form of affection. Capital Prep has become the state's most improved middle school, and according to U.S. News and World Reports, it is one of America's best high schools. Perry stated that no matter the circumstances, children can and will perform at the highest level of education. Before I conclude, well, first, here are the sources that I used: the Chesterfield Observer newspaper, Ofsted Raising Standards and Improving Lives, an article from CNN.com, Black in America, Part 2. And I just want to say that, first of all, this project really gave me a validation for what I do and some things that I have thought for some time now. I taught at a university for 4 years, teaching senior ROTC while I was on active duty in the Army, training cadets to eventually become second lieutenants. Then after I retired, I transitioned into the JRTC program at a high school. The first high school where I worked at was in Jackson, Mississippi. And it was a Title I school, 98% African American. And in the inner city, children coming from some similar backgrounds to what we read about as far as the school in Connecticut. And, you never know what a child faces when they come to school, within the school, what happened at home the night before, the morning of, whether they had food to eat, whether they were able to study or unable to study because of something going on in the neighborhood, something going on within the home, whatever the case may be. So there are so many factors that impact how our children perform in school on a daily basis. And sometimes I think we lose sight of that as educators, that, okay, you need to get it, you need to study it, you need to test well. But there are so many things that hinder that. But yet at the same time, it can't be used as a crutch. And then I go back to the first article, the elementary school in Richmond, Virginia, that no matter what the demographics, no matter what the situation, push through it and help them to know that they can push through it. They can overcome. They don't have to settle. They can perform just as well as anyone else in another state, in another county, whatever the case may be. As long as they give it their very best, they can overcome. And that structure, that discipline, the expectations are three words that I use constantly, and just, well, even more so, stay with me based on the three articles that I chose for this particular presentation. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation as well.